Well, here I am with my friends, Leonard Hawks and Jody Orem. You know, one always has their friends with them. How many of you know Leonard Hawks? Yeah, I figured some of you did. Mr. Hawks, of course. But there's something about Mr. Hawks I bet some of you don't know. Most of you for sure. That's that he owns a hunting cabin in Montana. Well, yeah, that's true. In fact, he invited me up there one time. It was a Friday evening. I got a call there at my house in Brigham City. He says, "How'd you like to go hunting with me at my cabin in Montana?" What'd I say? "Sure, I'd love to." He says, "Why don't you get a hold of Jody? Bring him on over. I'll pick you up early tomorrow morning." Well, we did that. We got there. Jody was there. We were early. What's early on a hunting trip? Yeah, 4:30. 4:30, we were ready to go. But 4:30 became 5, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. It was 9:30. Leonard pulled up in his little Toyota truck. Well, I'll tell you, that was a squeeze. But we didn't complain a bit. We just loaded our gear in that truck and we headed north through Idaho. How many of you have been through Idaho? You know how many little towns there are in Idaho? There's more little towns than you could possibly imagine. And I swear we stopped in every one of them. You know, we spent more time in downtown Ryrie than people who live in Ryrie spent downtown Ryrie. We had business in every town in Idaho. It was well after dark we pulled into that cabin in Montana, but we didn't care. We were eager to get a hunting, and we went to bed. We went to bed as quick as we could and got up early. We being Jody and I, but Leonard's in his room and there's no sound of it, so we were waiting around. Of course, we're doing those things what you do on a hunting trip when you got to pass the time. We took out our rifles and we rubbed them down with a thin coat of oil, and then we wiped them clean again. And then you take out the bolt and run the rag down the barrel and back and put in the bolt and lock it tight and make sure everything's fine. Then you got to organize the ammunition. You know, those hollow points at the top down here to the armor piercers, and then you switch them around and then you put them back again, just so you know where everything is. And then there was just time passing. About 9:30, yeah, 9:30 again, here comes Leonard out of his bedroom in his bathrobe. And he says, "Brethren," I knew I was in trouble then. He says, "Brethren, I've been thinking. You know, of late I've got religion, and I think it would not be appropriate if we went hunting on the Sabbath day." I said, "Well, that's fine, Leonard. You can get your religion when you want to. We're your guests here, but we just spent all day Saturday driving through Idaho, and we got to leave first thing tomorrow. So if we're not going to do any hunting, what do you suggest we do?" Well, he says, "Well, I got a deck of cards. We could play poker." Okay. He gets dressed. We fix breakfast. Right after breakfast, we sat down and started playing poker, going round and round, having a good time. I'll tell you, that man, that Leonard Hawks, he's a killer. He's killed more wild animals than most of you have ever seen. He started getting up and he'd walk up to the window and he'd look longingly up at the mountainside. You ever tried to play poker when one of the hands keeps getting up and walking out to stare at the window? I had enough of this, and I finally says, "Leonard, why don't you just go on out there and see what you can see?" He says, okay, I'm going, but I'm not taking my rifle, so I won't be hunting. I said, "Just go." He's gone. So Jody and I, we settled down to play another hand of poker or two. We're going along. About 30, 40 minutes, everything's fine. I'm doing pretty well there. All of a sudden, I hear coming down off the hillside a yell from afar, "Help! Open the door!" Well, I didn't pay much attention, you see. As I said, I had a pretty good hand, and Jody there was nearly naked. But then it comes again, closer and louder, "Help! Open the door!" Well, we jumped up to the window and we looked out there. They're coming down that hill just as fast as he could was Leonard Hawks. And they're just 3 bounds behind him trying to make two the biggest grizzly bear I've ever seen in my entire life. And I turns to Jody and I says, Jody, what ought we to do? And Jody says, bolt the door quick. Slam, I got that bolt in there just as Leonard hit it. Boom, 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 boom. He took off running around that cabin, that big grizzly bear right behind him. He's a running and the bears are running, going round and round. You know that man can corner better than a grizzly bear. If that cabin had been any longer, that bear would have caught him right in front of the window and we'd have watched him at. But as it was, whatever he lost on the straightaway, he made up on the corner. We watched him go around 3 or 4 times, and we noticed he was running on the bias with the door. And so we figured if we popped that door open at the right second, Leonard could step on in there. We'd slam the door, leave the bear in orbit, so to speak. So we timed it down 2 or 3 more times. Leonard comes running up along the side of the house. We pop that door open. I'll be danged if he didn't run right on past. The bear comes right in that door. Leonard kicks it shut and shouts, "There's one! I'll go get you another!" Someday I'll have to tell you how Jody and I got out of there. No, this is true.